Hey there, it's Katherine. I just hopped out of the shower and was checking through my messages, and I saw a message from Michael, and he had a question for me, and I figured some of you may have been through this kind of discouragement and may want some answers to it as well. So I thought I'd let you know what he's going through and the question he asked me. So Michael said that he has ADHD and he has Asperger's, a mild version of Asperger's. Now, he had a dream to become an airline pilot. He always wanted to be an airline pilot, but he was discouraged by everyone in his life, and they were saying he could never do it, he would never make it as an airline pilot because of his poor grades in school and his learning disability. So, but now he's grown and he's more mature, and he says he feels confident now in life, and he's actually going to now be joining flight school. Yay, awesome. So he's gotten past all the negative remarks, all the negative comments, and he's not going to listen to it anymore. He's going to go after his dreams despite his disabilities, despite what he's got going on, and he's going to go for it. And Michael, I fully applaud you for going for it, because you never know until you try. So the question he asked me was, why do we go through difficult times? And why do people try to discourage you? You know, he also asked about fitting into society. So sometimes people will discourage you because they can't imagine it happening for you. They can't imagine it happening for themselves. Maybe they think they don't have disabilities and they still couldn't imagine themselves being able to do it. Sometimes people will discourage us because they, like I said, they don't think they can do it. But number two could be they want to protect you. Like, they don't want you to be hurt. They don't want you to fail. They don't want you to be, to get hurt if it doesn't happen. Sometimes they are just jealous and they're haters. And, we can't even name all the reasons someone would discourage us from going after our dreams. Honestly, you ask me why people would do that. It's honestly not even about why they would do that. Anytime someone is discouraging you from doing something, it's their perception. It's what they believe, it's what they think is possible. But the important thing is what you think is possible. If you think you can't, right? That famous quote from Henry Ford, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So it's more important what you think than what they think. So if you think you can do it, then you go for it. Who knows what kind of a path this will lead you on. It's interesting, the things that we do in life that we think, this is it. This is the ultimate dream. This is what I'm meant to do. This has always been my dream. But sometimes it's a stepping stone and it's a door opening for different things, for better things. There's people who go into wanting to be a musician who end up instead teaching music. And instead of being like adored by fans for their musician qualities, they are teaching people how to be musicians, and they're impacting the lives on a deeper level in a more substantial way, teaching people how to play the music. So sometimes our dreams will morph. So sometimes we go, oh, this is my dream to be a pilot or to do whatever. And it may be, and that may work out, and you may become a pilot, or it could morph into something else that you don't know. So prime example, I joined Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I thought I was gonna sell makeup, and I was gonna be one of those people driving the pink Cadillacs, and then later God called me into acting, and I realized selling the makeup was a stepping stone to the acting, because I would go to being on camera. I had to know how to do my own makeup, even though I have none on right now. So I learned how to do my makeup through selling Mary Kay Cosmetics. So going into the acting, I thought, oh, this is going to be my career. I'm going to become like a well-known actress who makes a good living at this. And then I realized many years into the acting wasn't necessarily even the end. I felt like God was calling me to become a speaker. Now that's something I would have never dreamed in a million years, to be someone who could like speak and create online courses and help people in that way. But my acting skills taught me how to be comfortable on stage and talk to people and all that. So that was a bit of a segue, but I say that because there may be some of you that said, well, I pursued my dreams even though people told me I couldn't, and it didn't happen, and they were right. But don't look at it as a failure, because it could have been what you needed to learn at the time, people you needed to meet at the time, connections you need to make at the time, and it's going to catapult you into something else, and who knows what could come of that. So it doesn't matter why people discourage you. It matters what you believe and what you think and what you decide to go for anyway. So he talks about being tough to fit into society. The crazy thing is, it's difficult for everyone to fit into society. It's not only difficult for people with special needs to fit into society. It's not only difficult for people with disabilities to fit into society. Now, I felt like I never fit in. I felt like there was no place for me. It was very difficult to just feel like I fit anywhere, and I was trying to have to be like other people so I would be accepted and all of that. And I still, even when I tried to do what everyone was doing, I still didn't quite feel like I fit, if that makes sense. On the other hand, my son Timothy has all kinds of special needs, and if you would ask him if he fits in, he'd probably say
yes.
Yes. I don't know if you heard him. Timmy, do you fit in everywhere? Are you accepted everywhere? Do people like you?
Yes.
Yeah. So it really just depends on who you ask. Now, he's like, no problem. I fit in anywhere. Everybody likes me. He doesn't have the perception that even I had, where I thought, nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. Short ones, skinny ones. Anyway, that's a song from childhood when we would have a pity party and think nobody liked us. So it's not about fitting in. It's about how you feel about yourself. Do you feel good about yourself? If so, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. Do you think you can go for your dreams? If so, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say about you going for your dreams. So you have different learning disabilities. You have different things that maybe could be more of a challenge, but it's all in your perception of how you see them. Yeah, you might have a difficult time adapting in certain situations, but you know, a lot of people have blocks in their mind that stop them from fitting in certain situations, even if they don't have that. So I'm not saying this to downplay your diagnosis or your disabilities. I'm saying that to help elevate you, to rise you above a label that's been given to you. And the challenges you've had to overcome, you've overcome them. You're at a place now where you're confident and you're like, I am joining flight school. Who knows what's going to come of that? Who knows what is going to happen? But you're going for it, and that is what counts. That is what really matters. And so, fitting in or not fitting in, do you have to fit in? See, sometimes all it takes to fit in is, you know, in high school we try to fit into our peer group, people our age, but we don't, because we're all so different. But like when you go to flight school, you're gonna find your community. You're gonna find people who want to be pilots. You're gonna find people that are your tribe, that you vibe with, that are like, that's your people. Just like when I became a Christian, I would find myself, I wouldn't fit in necessarily with people that looked like me or were from where I was from or whatever. But when I found out they were Christian, I was like, oh, you love God, I love God. You know, you're in your situation. You love airplanes, I love airplanes. So sometimes just having that interest, people with video games, oh, what game do you play? You know, so finding your tribe, that will also build a lot of confidence. The people that couldn't see you doing it, they couldn't understand why you'd want to be a pilot and all that, and the challenges and all that. We can't take their opinion, because if we live our life based on what other people want us to do, we will never be happy. We will never be satisfied. We will never reach our dreams because we won't even go for them. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope that was helpful. I'm proud of you for joining. And any of you guys with whatever challenges and disabilities you have, go for it anyway. No one can tell you if you'll be a success or not. Only you can decide that. Okay? And for those of you wondering, this is from my new merch line. The devil is a pimp and I refuse to be his hoe. I have another design that's even cuter with these words. It's got the little devil tail and the little ears and all. So check out my Katherine Norland merch.redbubble, and maybe there'll be a link below to another store. If you want to send me a question, I will do my best to answer it. Bye. Hey there, it is Katherine Norland. I hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys think that this video would bless somebody else or that they need to hear it, please hit the share button. And there's a little bell button too, where you can be notified whenever I have a video that comes out so you don't miss a thing. I appreciate you guys. Remember, always live true, love hard, shine bright, and I will see you in the next video.